What is up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Michael Miner's Revolution Wrestling's second annual Animal Tribute Show review show. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to review a awesome show that was on last weekend during WrestleMania. Got a few things I have to say to some person. I'm going to let you guys listen to the audio. And yeah, I've got a few things to say to this guy, Jim Spraggan, that thinks he can challenge anybody. Yeah, okay. So let's go ahead and get into our matches. Our very first match. Well, these are two pre-show matches. Our first pre-show match, we had Wolf Assassin taking on Chaos. A great match. Great back and forth between Chaos and Wolf Assassin. I knew these two guys were going to have an awesome match against each other. But the winner of that match was Chaos. Great way to open up a pre-show match. Now we go into our match number two, another pre-show match. This was a three-way elimination match. We had Luke Deeds versus Chris Kennedy versus OAB. This was a really great match back and forth until we get this creepy music, some creepy gospel kind of music. And it was Jim Spraggan, some girl named Nicole, and some other wrestler. So they decided to come out and destroy all the superstars, the three wrestlers that were in this match. But it was a no contest. The match was in a no contest because due to Spraggan's little salvation group, like salvation my ass. But guys, before we go into the main card, there's some audio I want you guys to hear. I found this audio funny, pathetic, and used from one guy named Jim Spraggan that thinks he can call fans out, which that fan he's talking about from Wisconsin, well, you know who it is, because it's me. So Jim Spraggan, I have a few things to say after you listen to this audio.
I have one more little thing to say. I want to wrestle a match this year.
What? Wait a second.
There's this little kid, this little fat boy that lives in Wisconsin that likes to talk on the internet.
Oh dear. I have
Why
nothing
don't
to
you
do with
bring
this brand.
your little turd-eating ass down here, and I'll show you what an awakening is.
Just call
Maybe
out.
I wonder if you predicted this on your little prediction show.
You just called out a fan from Wisconsin. Here, me. Just called out a fan from Wisconsin, sending the chair in, and OAB and the Freak are hightailing it out of here.
Yeah. I laugh at this every day. I laugh at this over and over and over. Jim Spraggan, you call me a small gnat. You call me a kid, which to me, I'm not a kid. I'm 27 years old. I know you're older than me. Ooh, I'm so afraid of a pasta. You come to save me. You come to reawakening me. Oh, please. Your joke. Your joke, Spraggan. Your joke. At least I don't sit here when I do Revolution stuff and I cry and I bitch and I complain. Oh, when I first came here, I was beaten up by Mike Houston and his goons. You were being, oh my God, if I were beaten up by some punk kids, seriously, are you joking me? Oh, Spraggan, you make me laugh. You make me laugh. You can do everything you can to get me to come to Streator, Illinois to face you in a match. Really? You know exactly, Jim Spraggan. You'll have your little goons, your little chick. Well, to me, I can just take her out in 2 seconds. And then you bring in the Freak. Oh, the Freak. Ooh, some guy that just wears a shirt that calls the Freak. And OAB, the one-armed bandit. Wow. a close friend of mine named Hotspot Bandit 97 decides to turn his back and say, "Oh, the change is coming." Yeah, how many times are you guys? I don't get this. Is Jim Spraggan's group becoming the next Undertaker's Ministry of Darkness? But we have the Ministry of God. Oh, really, Jim Spraggan? Really? And you said, "Oh, did you predict this on your prediction show?" No. You see, Jim Spraggan, you talk a lot of crap. You talk a lot of shit. And Mike Houston's right. I can talk crap and talk trash all I want because I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Revolution Wrestling. You see, Jim Spraggan, you want to challenge fans. Well, you know what, pal? You can do whatever you want. You can come here to beautiful Wisconsin, try to find me, because you won't find me. Your little friend OAB, I ain't gonna tell him where I am. He could try everything he can on GTA 5 heists and all that stuff to try to get me. Yeah, okay. You see, Jim Spraggan, the Freak, OAB, and whoever this guy in a mask that looks like the Punisher, and some freaky chick that looks like she got out of a toxic waste movement, or she just got out of a punk gothic movie or some kind of deal. You guys make me laugh. The Salvation Group between Jim Spraggan and Revolution Wrestling. Oh, we're going to take over Revolution Wrestling. Oh, I had to do what I had to do to Madman WK. I'm like, really? You sit there and you complain, you bitch and you complain that, oh, I got attacked. Oh, Pastor got attacked. Well, if you would have kept your little nose out of the way, I mean, you would have been saved. That you so-called saved yourself. You see, Jim Spraggan, you could do whatever you want. You could try and intimidate me. You could try and intimidate Michael Miner, but you can't. You just can't fathom to say that name, can you, Jim Spraggan? You just sit there and you call, "Oh, this little fat boy, oh, this little gnat, why don't you come down here so I can show you what reawakening is?" Really, Jim Spraggan? Really? That kendo stick you so-called got in your hand? If I had my hands on that so-called kendo stick, I will crack you on the head so hard you be praying for God to save you. You see, Jim Spraggan, you're just waste. You're just waste beneath my feet. And you call yourself you're the light. Well, Spraggan, I'm the darkness. I live in darkness, buddy. That's what you live. You live in darkness. You don't live in the light. You call this a reawakening. You're waiting for somebody to come home. You're waiting for someone to come home. Who's this person you're going to say, come home? You got nobody. No one's going to come home. Madman WK ain't going to come home. They're both the Smash Beard Bros, as you can know. I'm starting to try to grow a beard so I can maybe, get into the Smash Bro club that they got. So, Jim Spraggan, talk all the crap you want. Talk everything you want. You're just a creep. You're just here to make sure I don't get what I rightfully am going to get. But if I lose, so be it. This Fan of the Year award is either going to be mine or it's going to be to an awesome young man in the audience. So let's get on to the matches. I mean, I apologize, ladies and gentlemen, that you had to hear that audio from Jim Spraggan, the guy that says he's God and Lord and all that crap. Really, Jim Spraggan, you're just nobody. You're just nobody. And look at it. Look at my show. I don't have you on my show because you're not coming on my show. I don't need you. I don't need OAB. All I need is myself and to review this awesome show. So now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and get into the matches. We had these are the main card matches, 6 great matches. First match, we had Uncle Cletus come out and, decide, you know what, I just want to come out and I want to talk to somebody. So he calls out Trusin. So Trusin comes out, but that audio guy is just horrible. Doesn't even know what Trusin's music is. I'm like, whoever does the song choices and all that, yeah, Mike, as a friend, as a pretty loyal fan, might want to get rid of that guy. I don't know what the hell he was on. But, yeah, we had Trusin come out and say, you know what, I'm here, and Uncle Cletus said, you know what, I'm here to apologize to you. I'm sorry, and all this crap. And all of a sudden, it decided to attack, and then all of a sudden, punches Uncle Cletus, which to me that shouldn't do that to an elderly person like that. But Trusin comes out, and then all of a sudden, here comes the Daniel boys. Here comes Aunt Jenny. Oh God, like I really want to say that name because I really. But out comes Bo and Junior. So creepy with Junior and Pete Moxley. To me, it looks so weird. This guy Junior comes out and says, "Man, could you come over and have a dinner with me and all that kind of stuff?" And he said, "No, I'm not going to do that." Poor Junior just smacking out the ring. Poor guy wants to have a date with Moxley. Come on, Moxley, do it. If I were an announcer, I'd be like, sure, I wouldn't mind coming over for dinner. Well, I know he maybe meant in a different creepy way, but it was funny to see that. So we had the Diz come out as a friend of mine, Dave Diz, really great guy. Him and I played some cool games and that kind of deal. We had the Diz come out and decide to say, and then and then all of a sudden here comes Uncle Cletus saying, you know what, you two want a match? You want a match so bad? So all of a sudden we have a tag team match. Trusin and Diz taking on the Daniel boys. Really great tag team action. Great tag team action. A great back and forth match. It was awesome to see this kind of deal. But your winners of that match was Trusin and the Diz. Great way to open up a show. A great show. Great crowd out there at Safe Haven. It sucks that they had the inside due to that cold weather last week. And wow, really cold. It was just horrible. If I were to do a show, man, I would do somewhere inside where it's warm and you can be there with friends and all that. And it was pretty awesome. I was saying, pretty awesome to have kids crowd. We're gonna talk about that here on at the 4th match, and I think somewhere in between. We go ahead now. We get into our first Revolution Wrestling title match. This was for the Revolution Wrestling Unbreakable Championship. This match was supposed to be Crypt versus Kia for the Revolution Wrestling Unbreakable Championship. Some way, somehow, he decided to quit Revolution Wrestling or got fired by Mike Houston because he didn't decide to. No, the thing is, he didn't decide to show up, that kind of deal. So Crypt decides to, Crypt says, okay, who are you going to bring out? So Mike Houston says, you're going to face this guy. So here comes the laughable group. They call the Salvation. Like, really? Jim Spraggan. Oh, we're going to print the arms out, and we're going to have a creepy young girl on this side. We're going to have OAB, a guy that I respected and betrayed his fans. Then we had the Freak. So the Freak was taken on against Crypt for the Unbreakable Championship. Great match, great back and forth match, great championship match. But your winner of that match and that's right, new Revolution Wrestling Unbreakable Champion, Crypt. Crypt, congratulations on becoming the Unbreakable champion. Jim Spraggan, what's going on? I mean, you bring in the Freak and he loses a match. Is that your group salvation? A group that loses every match. Granted, you would, if you had a match with me, you would lose again. So I just call this the loser club. You had the Freak lose. Who's next? OAB's going to lose his match. That little chick that you have there with you is going to lose. Oh, that's right. You got to have a big old white kendo or yellow kendo stick that, holy crap, would hurt. You decide to have that. Yeah, okay. No, not my kind of deal. But you know what? I'm going to keep continuing. I'm not going to worry about Jim Spraggan and his little salvation group. They can talk all the crap they want about me. They can talk everything they want about me, but they just can't memorize my name. It's just like they don't want to say Michael Miner. Michael Miner. Am I getting that in your head, Jim? Jim Spraggan, old man? You call me a kid, so I thought I'd just call you an old man. You know, you're just an old man that does godly stuff. Ooh, ooh, whatever hallelujah song you had for your theme song, which was boring, which I was about pretty much fell asleep when I heard that song. But we're going to go. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize real quick. I think I'm making Jim Spraggan mad. I bet he's praying to God saying, can I go down to Wisconsin and beat this kid up? I want to, yeah, please. I laugh at you every day because you're a joke, Spraggan. You can't do nothing. You can't touch me. I'm not contract. I'm not under contract. I'm not under anything. So you can't touch me, Spraggan. You could do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. You could try to get Mike Houston to sign a contract for me. Not going to happen. Oh, but I know at Adrenaline, ladies and gentlemen, in next Saturday night, I know Jim Spraggan's going to say, oh, Michael, this kid from Wisconsin is a little chicken shit. Oh, he's just a little chicken and he can't come to Illinois to face me. Oh, blah, 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 blah. That's all you are, just this. Too much of this and not enough of this. So Spraggan, stay out of my way. You're just a thorn on my side, you know. You're just a thorn up my butt. But we're going to go ahead and get into our next match. This was for the Revolution Wrestling Tag Team Championship. It was Adam Ward and Smasher, my favorite tag team champions right now, taking on the newcomers of Sean Mitchell and Mo Dinger. Great tag team title match. We pretty much, you know, Adam Ward and Smasher had most of the match. Then it decided to turn around for the newcomers. They decided to get back into the mix and all that kind of stuff. Great tag team title match. But your winners of the match, and still Revolution Wrestling's World Tag Team Champions, is Adam Ward and Smasher by via submission. To me, Adam Ward, I think he deserves to take on Ian Lockhart for the American Championship, because to me, I think he needs to get that belt back. I don't think Ian Lockhart deserves that championship. Adam Ward deserves that title. Adam Ward is a great wrestler. I mean, a damn good wrestler, plays a good heel. With, you know, him and Smash are great. They don't, to me, as you guys know, the breakup of the administration happened at the Revolution Ward show. You know what? To me, Adam Ward and Smasher does not need Mike Houston. Does not need Houston. Doesn't need anything. They need to be a tag team champions, and they proved it tonight. They pretty much proved it to me tonight. So then we get into our fourth match. Oh, man. Ladies and gentlemen, I was supposed to have a special guest with me tonight, Curtis Reed, but I think he had practice that time, the time I was about to start this. We had him and his buddy come out, the Princeton reps come out, decides, you know, hey, you know what, we're gonna give you guys some kind of presents. So they decide to give him itch cream. And I'm sitting here thinking, wow, Okay, you're giving kids and you're giving family itch cream. Okay, that was weird. But I have to say this one kid that sat in the front, I think by the entrance, I think he's going to be the next quarterback. Seriously, he's going to be the next quarterback of football. You see that kid's arm? He flung that thing over the ring, over the Princeton Preps, over the ring, into the crowd on the other end. I mean, holy cow, that kid has got an arm. I mean, that kid could throw a football that far. Man, that kid is good. I hope he becomes a football player when he grows up. I mean, you know, that would be awesome. That kid was awesome throwing that. So we had the Princeton Preps, you know, calling out a lot of people, and he starts to call out Rob Adams, as you all know him as, I think he used to be Osiris, or I can't remember what the last name he had before, but he called him Rob Adams, the guys from the Super Beard Bros. Super Beard Bros, do you think this is good enough for to be part of the group? No? I got to grow a little more? That's okay. I can grow a little more. Maybe I'll just shave some of it and keep like a little patch like you guys have. But, you know, Rob Adams decides to come on and say, you know what? I'm supposed to have my partner with me, but he has his match against Mike Houston in a career versus careers match. So decide to bring out and say, you know what? You guys ain't worthy. I know some of the guys in the back are not worthy because they don't have the intensity beard. So he decided to call Zach Ryan out. So all of a sudden, here comes Zach Ryan out. Oh, hello to the one viewer. I hope you enjoyed the show. Decided to come out, and he says, let me see. Yep, you're approved. So was Zach Ryan and Rob Adams taking on the Princeton Preps. Great tag team. To me, it felt like tonight was like more of a tag team competition kind of show because we had the Revolution tag team titles. We had Truson and the Diz versus the Daniels boys in the first match. Now we have Princeton Preps versus Zach Ryan and Rob Adams. Great tag team action, great back and forth. It was awesome to see that on YouTube. But your winners of that match was Zach Ryan and Rob Adams. Congratulations to those two guys. They deserve the win. Princeton Preps, well, I think they need to practice a little more too. Maybe you wanna put some of that itch cream on you. That maybe will help you get into being a wrestler. But I know I shouldn't be talking because I'm not a wrestler, so I shouldn't be talking. So we go into break. It was more of an intermission, an hour intermission. Before that, we had Lex Rocker come out and say, hey, you know what? Later tonight, I'm going to have an open challenge to anybody that wants to face me tonight. So then we go into a little intermission kind of deal. Then we come back. We had the Lex Rocker open challenge. Lex Rocker decided to challenge anybody that was in the back. Decided anybody come out of the back. Here comes out the dollar sign wearing, gold pants wearing Reginald come out. Oh my God, Reginald just looks so goofy in that gold pants, thinking oh look, I'm so rich. I love his character. His character is so hilarious to see that. Guy's like 6'8", more taller than I am. But we had Lex Rocker taking on Reginald. Great back and forth match. Reginald decided, to remove the cover off the one of the turnbuckles, and, trying to distract the ref. All of a sudden, here goes, and he distracts the ref, and say, no, don't take that off, don't take that off. And so he can buy more time so he could hit Lex Rocker with the chair. So he decides to go and try to hit Lex Rocker with the chair. The chair bounces off the rope, hits him in the head, falls back. 1, 2, 3. The winner of that match was Lex Rocker. It was just hilarious seeing that. Seeing Reginald get hit in the head with a chair and get knocked out. I think towards after the match, we saw another video with Reginald. And the referee was asking, do you know where you're at? And he goes, no. He said, do you know where you Do you know your name? I don't know. And he says, and then here comes Lex. Lex was funny. Lex says, hey, you're original. Yeah, you and I were buddies. We're buddies. We're pals. And he goes, oh, hey. Hey, don't forget, you owe me $100. And then, oh my God, that was so hilarious. Oh my God, Reginald just laugh. This guy's a laughable kind of guy. Character, great wrestler. Ladies and gentlemen, we get into our next match. That to me pretty much somewhat brought me into some tears. Our first career versus career match, it was Prodigy Snake versus Kyle Cash. These two young wrestlers battling it out to determine who will be leaving Revolution Wrestling and everything else. It was great back and forth match. Somehow, someway, the ref was distracted. Kyle Cash all of a sudden gave a low blow to Prodigy Snake out of nowhere. To me, Kyle Cash, I used to respect you. I used to respect you as a wrestler. I used to respect you because I had to hate for Prodigy Snake back in last year. But, I got back to respect from Prodigy. So I respected Prodigy Snake. But then I decided to call you Crybaby Bitch. That's what you are, Crybaby. You can't get a win. Oh, boo-hoo, I lost. To me, wrestling doesn't matter win or lose. You win a match, you lose a match. Look at Dean Ambrose. He lost 2 matches. The ladder match, he lost matches with Bray Wyatt. He lost the match last couple weeks ago, and then he lost last week because due to his injury from the back of his head. I think he got powerbombed on the announce table and that kind of deal. So Kyle Cash decides to give a low blow to Prodigy Snake and give a sweet, I already called it Kyle, the Clash kick to the face. 1, 2, 3. Everybody was in utter shock. Kyle Cash, you're a nobody. I mean, seriously, you take out a man that I respect, a man that has a girlfriend, 2 kids. Prodigy, now that you're gone from Revolution Wrestling, I want to say thank you for everything. I want to thank you for all those small frenemy feuds we've had together, you and I, on internet, just for fun. We've always do that just for fun. Prodigy Snake, thank you so much for everything you've done for Revolution Wrestling. You're going to be missed. Kyle Cash, you're not going to be missed. If you ever left, I'd be like, thank God he's gone. The little kid is gone. He's run away. It sucked to see Kyle Cash leave Revolution, or it sucked to see Prodigy Snake leave, but he has a family to take care of. Prodigy, thank you so much. I hope you see this. Thank you for everything you've done for Revolution Wrestling. I hope you have I have to do this. I hope you have a great year. Maybe you could still be part of Revolution Wrestling. I don't know if you're still going to be part of Bo or some of the other characters, that kind of deal. So, all right, now we're going to go ahead and get into our next match. This was for the Revolution Wrestling World Heavyweight Championship. Brian Phoenix defending his Revolution World Heavyweight Championship against the Jesus. Great match. Great World Heavyweight title match between these two. Brian Phoenix said, you know what, I'll challenge anybody for the World Heavyweight title later tonight. All of a sudden, here comes Jesus out. So, you know what, I've never beaten you and all that kind of. They had a great match. But your winner of that match was Brian Phoenix with his Phoenix move that he does. Congratulations, Brian Phoenix, on retaining your Revolution World Heavyweight title. Yeah, it was awesome title match, and the Jesus left saying, you know what, I'm not done with you. I'm not done with you. You know what? To me, in my brain, to me, in my thoughts, I bet you the Jesus is going to be the guy that Jim Spraggan is talking about. I bet you he's the one that Jim Spraggan is talking about. That or could be Brian Phoenix, but I don't think Brian Phoenix would do that for his fans. But Jim Spraggan, I think it's going to be bejesus. He's saying he's got one more person to bring home. I don't know. We'll find out about that coming up at Revolution's Adrenaline next week, guys. I will be doing that review. I know I have a friend from I know I have my friend Travis Neely. He's going to be mad, and so is family. But no, the deal is, I know they've had a lot of problems with Revolution Wrestling, but this is my channel. I want to do what I want to do for my channel. If I want to bring in Revolution Wrestling, I'll bring that in. If I want to bring DGW, Dangerous Grove Wrestling, I'll bring that in. That will be returning back in the spring or summer, and all that kind of stuff. But, I respect Travis for everything he's doing for me. So, ladies and gentlemen, we get into the main event of the evening. It was career versus careers. It was Mike Houston versus Madman WK. And one of these two would be leaving Revolution Wrestling again. To me, the deal with these career versus career matches, to me, I think they should at least happen towards the end of the year, maybe at Uprising 2. That should have happened at Uprising 2 with these two career versus career matches. So then, the fans would be like, oh my God, what? Really? So Mike Houston versus Madman WK, great main event of the evening. Great back and forth pace match, but your winner of that match was Madman WK, which he will keep his company. He will keep his career in Revolution Wrestling. Then we found out, to me, ever since last year, I was a big fan of the administration. Mike Houston, Kia, Smasher, Adam Ward, Crypt was in there for a while. I did respect Mike Houston. I still do to this day. He's a really great guy. I respect him. I respect every wrestler in Revolution Wrestling besides one guy, which that's Jim Spraggan, which I don't respect because he's sitting there jabbering at the mouth thinking he can try to challenge me to a match this year. Whoopie-doo. Wrestle someone else. I mean, you got any problems with anybody else? Wrestle somebody else. You want to wrestle me? Really? I am not under contract. I'm not trained at all. So you can't challenge me, because if you touch me, I could have you pretty much removed from Revolution Wrestling. So you might want to think that. Jim Spraggan. But congratulations to Madman WK. Congratulations to all the winners. Thank you so much, Prodigy Snake, for being here for Revolution Wrestling. Final thoughts on Revolution Wrestling's second annual tribute show. Great show. Great crowd. Give this a 10 out of 10 tonight. Great matches that were put together tonight. But mostly with the career versus career. Oh my God, I get tired. Never mind. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I get a little tired here. But yeah, the career versus career matches, that could have been more towards the end of the year. But with Prodigy, with family, and Mike Houston wants to be there for the company to have it move forward into the future. So that's about it, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I want to thank the one viewer that's still here watching. I bet you it's Jim Spraggan. I guess he's trying to get stuff in his brain to say some more crap about me at Adrenaline. So, Jim, do whatever you want. Try everything you want. You could try and get into my head, but you can't. You can't get in my head. Just keep talking crap, Jim Spraggan. Just keep talking crap. You said you want a match with me. I know if I say no, you're going to go on Revolution's Adrenaline. Oh, I'm predicting it. Ooh, I'm predicting the future, Jim Spraggan. Yeah, okay, never mind. You're a joke. You're a joke, Jim Spraggan. No one cares what you're doing to Revolution Wrestling. They're going to look at you. They're going to go, oh, Look, the Freak. Oh, OAB. Jim Spraggan. A chick named Nicole. Oh, look at these guys. Oh, I didn't know this group formed. Oh, wow. Guys, take these guys out. You'll be taken out, Jim Spraggan. Every single Revolution wrestler will take you out. Take your group out. You're just starting this group to think, oh, poor me, poor Spraggan. Oh, I got beat up by some kids. Oh, I got beat up by Houston, which you really deserve to be beaten up by Houston. But, you know, take it as a joke, Spraggan. You are a joke. You could challenge me. You could do whatever you want. Just keep coming. Just keep coming with your jokes. You keep coming with your jokes, Spraggan. I'm going to keep coming with laughter. I'm going to keep laughing at your face. Because look at me. I'm here. You can't touch me, Spraggan. You're a useless, pathetic nobody. So, Spraggan, what you need to do is you need to put your tail between your legs, take your little group, let them go on in their wrestling career, and you just walk out that door and go back to your church and preach. Just be a preacher. Be a nice preacher. Preach to everybody at church. Don't come to Revolution Wrestling thinking you want to challenge a fan. You're challenging a fan? Who else are you going to challenge next? You're going to challenge a little kid fan? Oh, I challenged that little kid to a match. Jim Spraggan, you're a joke. You can do whatever you want to get in my brain. You can do everything you want. You're just a joke, Spraggan. I bet you're going to comment and say, oh, look there, ladies and gentlemen, Michael Miner, a useless kid that can't get off his butt and come down and have a match with me. You know what, Spraggan? Hush up. You're just a nobody. You're a joke, Jim Spraggan. You want to talk crap about me? Keep it coming. It's jokes. It's jokes to me. It's jokes to the fans. They laugh every day. I bet Pete Moxley laughs at it every day too, saying, okay, he's challenging some fan from Wisconsin. I don't get this. I don't get this. He's challenging a fan from Wisconsin, which it's all pointing to me. This guy. I'm the only one that's in Wisconsin. Is there? Maybe there's somebody else in Wisconsin he's talking about. Maybe he's talking about another fat boy. Man, I mean, he could be a guy from Madison. He could be a guy from Milwaukee. He could be anywhere. He could be anywhere. Jim Spraggan, you're talking about a fan in Wisconsin, but you're not talking about me. You're saying a fan from Wisconsin, which I know I am from Wisconsin, but you're talking about another fan. So, yeah. Jim Spraggan, you're a joke. You've always been a joke to me. I laugh at your jokes every day. Just, I got to get out of here. I got to go laugh at that clip again. Maybe I'll make a little funny skit with that commercial. We go, wah, wah, wah. Like, yeah. But Jim Spraggan, challenge me all you want. Challenge me to, oh, you want to become a wrestler. Wrestle someone else. Wrestle the Freak, the guy that lost. A member of your team lost to Crypt. One of my favorite wrestlers now. You lost to Crypt. Are you serious? You lost to Crypt. Your little The Freak, he walked home with no championship for you. He didn't walk out and say, here is the Holy Grail. Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize. I'm going to get out of here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Big shout-outs to Revolution Wrestling, DGW, CHW, Crazy Hardcore Wrestling. Go check out Crazy Hardcore Wrestling Pro. They're doing a live events all over the world. They're right now in Canada, doing another show in Canada. Big shout-outs to the Wrestling Throwdown. Apologize we couldn't have Curtis Reed with us tonight. He was at practice. So thank you guys so much for watching. Jim Spraggan, here's to ya. Do whatever you want, Jim Spraggan. Here's to ya. Your joke. Peace out, guys. And make sure if you go on Facebook, make sure you put hashtag Jim Spraggan is a joke. And hashtag salvation is a joke. Peace out. Good night. And I'll see you guys next weekend. Peace.